Well, apparently I decided I'm not quite done with these videos. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna make more of these where I just talk about movies in front of the camera, because they haven't been the videos that I've enjoyed doing the most, I guess. And I don't really think they're my most popular videos either. But I have... well, first of all, I haven't made a video like this for over a month. So, you know, a lot of stuff has been piling up. So I kind of felt like making another one actually. So while, you know, there's a lot here, I don't know if I'm gonna talk about everything. And despite there being a lot here, there's other stuff that I've just put away and decided that I don't really have anything to say about them, so I won't include them. But you know, so anyway, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but we'll see how much I'll get through. I have a couple piles here. But yeah, let's just start right away. Double Jeopardy with Tommy Lee Jones and Ashley Judd, although I think Ashley Judd, maybe he should have been billed above Tommy Lee Jones. He is, I guess, maybe a bigger name, you know, but she was in the movie more, and she was the driving force of the movie or whatever. She was the main character. I think I watched this last night, and it was entertaining. Pretty forgettable and kind of anticlimactic, to be honest, in the ending. But not bad. So early in the video and I was interrupted by the phone. Anyway, I'll start over with the title that I started talking about. Remember, I didn't need to say that. You know, you would never have known. Anyway, Michael Palin's. I was gonna say Michael Palin with Remember. Well, now things get very confusing. I start to remember why I don't like making these videos. No, I'm just kidding. Remember Me with Michael Palin. This I was saying before that I don't know exactly what. This is a British. It's kind of like a supernatural story, supernatural horror in a sense, but at its heart, maybe it is a bit of a. Well, maybe not at its heart, but. It starts out, at least, as crime, mystery, thriller, you know, and I don't know exactly what similarities this shares with other British shows of the kind, like Midsummer Murders, for example, because I've not really watched any of them. Not really any of them at all. You know, maybe some when I was a kid, but... so I don't know if this stands out entirely, or if it is kind of similar to those shows, you know, except for the fact that this is kind of supernatural. Well, it definitely is. It has supernatural elements. It is a bit of a ghost story. And I just wanted to say that because I did think that a lot of the visuals, they look really beautiful. It's set in this very quaint, small little village. And part of me feels like that's kind of common for these kind of British crime thriller shows, but I don't know for sure, so maybe it's nothing special, maybe all of them have that, I don't know, but either way the visuals look really good, the scenery and you know, the colors of everything. It's fun to see Michael Palin in something like this. Never seen him in anything like this before. He obviously is known for Monty Python and lots of other comedy stuff that he's made and been in through the years. I gotta be honest, I didn't think that he did a terrific job. He doesn't come off as a brilliant actor in this. Maybe it's just not the right part for him. Maybe he didn't have enough to work with. I don't know, or maybe he just isn't. Maybe he's just not a terrific dramatic actor. I don't know. But I did enjoy it. It was kind of, I don't know what to make of it exactly. Yeah, it was okay. I don't know what to think about it. I don't want to say too much about it, but if you like Michael Palin, it's worth watching. Although he is absent for like a third. It's a 3-part miniseries, 3 hours all in all, and for pretty much one of those episodes, 1 hour, he is gone. You know, he's absent, which was kind of disappointing. But anyway. Alright, next up is a documentary called Wasteland, which I watched a couple days ago. This was pretty interesting. This is about this has a very interesting concept. That's the main reason why I like this and why I would recommend this. But it's not the most entertaining or interesting documentary that I've seen, you know, to watch. I mean, I do love the idea behind it, which I will talk about, but it's not the best documentary I've seen. It's, you know, not executed in the best way. I don't know. It was good, but well, but the concept is that this famous artist right there, I had never heard of him before, Vic Muniz. He is from Brazil, and he grew up in a very poor neighborhood. So with this movie, or this documentary, well, he didn't make the documentary, it's about him, but a woman called Lucy Walker made the documentary on the front there. But it's about him. He sort of goes back to where he grew up, or sort of, not exactly where he grew up, but there's this huge landfill, you can see there on the back, in Rio, which is the biggest in the world, and there are these people working there. They, you know, try to save as much they can that they will recycle, and they make a living of that, or that's their lives basically. And Vic, he decides to make art out of that, sell the art and give it to the people who work there at the landfill. And they also contributed to actually making the art. So it's an interesting documentary in many different ways, which I will not really get into here because I'm going to try to be quicker with a lot of these. Like this one, The Bucket List, which I've seen before. I like it, I do like it. I feel like they could have done more with it, and I also feel like it could have been longer. They could have been maybe a little braver, if you will, and made this to a 2.5 hour movie. It could have been really good. Now it's a little bit more accessible than that, maybe, and you know, and I think they could have added some stuff and removed some stuff. The concept is really good though. And the chemistry between Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman is good, and maybe that's the main reason why I think it could have been a really long movie. Perhaps, if you will, a little bit more of an art house movie. Could have worked, I think. Anyway, still good. Edge of Tomorrow, very entertaining. I really did like that one. I used the word anticlimactic about Double Jeopardy. This was also, unfortunately, a little bit anticlimactic. Didn't enjoy the ending too much. Well, no, I didn't. I can't say I did, but most of the movie was very well done, very well executed, and I was enjoying the hell out of it, to be honest. Then we got The Last Castle, which is an okay movie with Robert Redford, James Gandolfini. I enjoyed it. A prison movie. Speaking of Robert Redford, where do we have him? Here he is. All Is Lost. This one I thoroughly enjoyed. This was terrific. I really did like this. It's pretty incredible how much they can make out of so little. You know, Robert Redford is out on the ocean. You don't know his name. You don't know why he's there. But it's a survival story. His boat sort of was... There's this container drifting with a bunch of shoes in it for some inexplicable reason in the ocean. And he wakes up from... Well, this container hits the boat and creates a big hole in the boat. And he wakes up from that, and that's also when the movie starts. And from there on out, we follow his struggle to first repair this hole in the boat, and then there's a storm, and he tries to survive with every means necessary or whatever. And it's also very interesting to see all of the details, all of the it's obvious that he is, you know, he's been out on the ocean, you know, for a long time. Not, you know, I mean, throughout his life he has done this a lot, and he knows his way around the boat, and that's really you know, just a joy to watch. I mean, all of these things that he does on the boat, and he knows how to work it. I could have explained that better, but anyway, This is the end. Very enjoyable. I don't really feel like I have anything more to say, but it was very, very, very funny at some parts. Maybe I liked. I thought Michael Cera was really funny in that one, and he is not a big spoiler, but he dies pretty soon, and a lot of people die pretty soon. It's kind of out there, pretty funny. Godzilla, yeah, entertaining for sure. It's kind of generic in a sense, but a lot of scenes look really good. But well, maybe it's because I watched it when I was a kid and I have good memories, but I don't think this is that much better than the, people are gonna shoot me now, but the 1998 or whatever movie. You know, maybe it's a better movie in a way, but for me, I don't enjoy this one that much more. Not really. But also, I haven't seen Godzilla from 1998 in many years, so maybe if I saw it again now, I would be like, okay, I kind of get it now. Maybe, I don't know. But my memory of it is, you know, fairly fond or whatever. Anyway, then we have a really interesting documentary, and also the movie that the documentary is mainly about. Well, the movie or short film from 1902 is A Trip to the Moon. The documentary is called, I think maybe The Extraordinary Voyage, and it's about this movie, this French sci-fi milestone by Georges Méliès, but also about you know, cinema, early cinema in France. Sort of leading up to this movie in a way, or A Trip to the Moon. And then it has a few other shorts by Méliès as well. I'd recommend picking this up. This is a Swedish release, but I'm sure you can find it on DVD and Blu-ray elsewhere too, and I would recommend it. Then we have Homeland Season 2. Thought this was good. You know, I think this is up on its sort of 5th season or something. And it feels pretty obvious that they just keep the show going because people watch it and they, you know, they can make more money from it. But and maybe it's not exactly necessary to tell anything else than what was told in season 1. They don't need to keep the show going. There's nothing more that needs to be told really. But there is a lot more that could be told, and with good writing, it could be also be very entertaining. And this season was definitely pretty. I'd say about as enjoyable as the first one, almost. We'll see about the third one if that's any good. I'll get to that eventually, but I'm definitely enjoying Homeland. Perfect Storm was kind of disappointing actually. I thought that this dragged on, it was not very exciting. I've seen this before, I've been wanting to watch it again for the last few years, but it's not bad, but I can't say I like it as much anymore. Hard Rain, which yeah, it's entertaining, not much more to it. This one, The Ghost and the Darkness, with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. Usually Michael Douglas, he, you know, does really good performances, acting performances, but with this one, he was entertaining as always, but he wasn't maybe as good as he usually is. And Val Kilmer, he was not very good either, if you ask me. The good part about this was where it's filmed in the, well, in Africa, in the savannah or whatever. Maybe not, but you know, around there. And some of the visuals look really good, and some of the editing is pretty good, and it makes for a very suspenseful movie at some parts, and it's just, yeah, it's very engaging. I really did enjoy that. We got some Woody Allen scoop. Yeah, entertaining for sure. Not the best Woody Allen, but it's worth watching, absolutely. Woody Allen plays a magician in this movie, and he he doesn't come out, it's not very believable that he's a magician. He feels like Woody Allen trying to be a magician, but whatever. It's always fun to see Woody Allen doing his thing. We have The Place Beyond the Pines. Especially enjoyed the first 40 minutes of this movie, and I won't spoil anything, but after that they make a pretty bold move, which definitely left a bit of an impression on me. But I also felt that the best part of the movie was before that happened. And I wouldn't recommend it in the same way if it wasn't for those 40 minutes. And the movie goes on for, you know, it's 2 hours 15 minutes, so it goes on for an hour and a half, approximately. So, yeah, not as engaging in the ending maybe, or the last part, or whatever, last half or so, as it was in the beginning. But overall, it's for sure a great movie. We have Beyond the Candelabra with Michael Douglas again, Matt Damon, about the life of Liberace and his younger lover, Scott Thorson, I think his name was. Mainly just, you know, the two of them acting against each other. Not too much else going on, but that's completely enough. They were really good, and the movie was good as well. Then this one I recently unboxed, and I said something like, I don't think I'm gonna watch this again, or I don't think I'm gonna watch it again that soon. But I did. I was in the mood to see it, and I enjoyed it again, and it is Nebraska. Yeah, a very peaceful movie, a very visually beautiful movie. Music is terrific, acting is great, especially by Bruce Dern and June Squibb, but Will Forte is also pretty good. And just very subtle, everything is just really subtle in this, and very charming, but I would like to, again, say that the movie is definitely very peaceful. Then this one, which is nominated for many Oscars this year, and I loved it when I saw it in the movie theater about 1 year ago, and checked it out again over the weekend, and it is The Grand Budapest Hotel. Just a terrific movie. I think this is nominated for production design, if that's what they call it, and I honestly don't really know what other movies are nominated, but I think this has a really good chance of winning. I mean, without knowing without knowing what other movies are nominated, like I said, I'm gonna have to say I think this will win, because it just looks so good, and it looks like few other movies do, and yeah, it is such a great movie. I really do like that. Then we got some John Cleese, Clockwise. It's entertaining, it's pretty funny, pretty forgettable also, but it's yeah, it's basically about John Cleese. He's pressed for time. Maybe, I don't know if that's what the cover is supposed to symbolize or whatever, but he has he has to get somewhere, and he has a lot of problems on the way. That's pretty much what you need to know. And it's pretty funny, but nothing I'll watch again, I don't think. Money Train, Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson. I wasn't sure if this was a action comedy, and I talked about that when I showed it after I bought it. It definitely is an action comedy, not as heavy on the comedy as some other buddy action movies, you know, but still definitely has a lot of humor. It was not very good. I mean, it's not a good movie. There's a lot of things wrong with it, and yeah, I can't say I recommend it, but I suppose I did enjoy it, or at least some parts of it. But you know, it's not a must-watch. Like I said, a lot of things are wrong with it. We got even more Michael Douglas here, Solitary Man, great cast. I mean, lots of people. You know, except for Michael Douglas, we have Mary Louise Parker, Jenna Fischer, Jesse Eisenberg, Susan Sarandon, Danny DeVito, and more, I think. I don't remember exactly. I think there were a few more people I recognized. But yeah, this was pretty good. Yeah, well, the mother. I don't really have anything to say about this, but it was good. I mean, there are a few. The movie is sort of triggered by the death of Anne Reid's character's husband. He dies in pretty early on in the movie. But one of the things that I remember the most from this is the part when he was in the movie. I don't know the actor or his name, or I don't know what he's done before or anything, but I thought that he was really good. A few scenes, in a few scenes, he was just so, he acted so natural and he was so believable in his part, and he just contributed with a lot to the movie. And the movie opens right away with Anne Reid and her husband, so and they definitely managed to draw you in with their relationship. And yeah, you know, then he dies, and that in a way triggers other events, you could say, which you know, enters Daniel Craig. But yeah, I gotta say, some props to Daniel Craig. I could not see him as James Bond, or when I was watching this, I did not see James Bond at all. I mean, I was thinking, of course, yeah, this is the guy who's playing James Bond. Kind of hard not to think about that, but he was just a completely different character, which is yeah, pretty impressive, I think. We got Taken 2. I enjoyed this, but then afterwards, when I thought about it, I started to think about the fact that it's a pretty bad movie. It really is not that great. It really just plays, well, I don't know the expression, plays on the same notes as the first one, or it can just very derivative of the first one, or however you want to put it. It's just nothing new. And then there's a third one as well, so I guess I'll watch that eventually, but I can't say I'm expecting too much from that. Well, this is going to be a long video, but we've got a few more, so I guess we could keep going. Prime, pretty entertaining, pretty good romantic comedy. Not the best, but it was okay. John Carter. This, I don't know what to say about this. I thought that I would like it more. I definitely did. I don't know. It was just, it didn't really work. I don't know. I can't really find the right way to describe it, but well, it was okay, but just, fuck it. Just, yeah, it was okay. Nothing more. Hero Wanted. It opens up pretty good. Has this long one-take shot that goes around a building and sort of meets up with a few different characters, and that was good, but I didn't like it overall. Another movie that I did not like was Richard Linklater's Bad News Bears, and these days you know, when you think of Richard Linklater, you think of quality stuff. You know, he did Boyhood now, obviously, and before that he did Before Midnight. And I think at this point people have very high expectations of whatever he will do next. This one, it's a remake of a movie with the same name from 1970 something with Walter Matthau, and I've not seen that movie, but this movie, not great. Pretty much the whole movie takes place on a baseball court or in a baseball field, whatever, and the kid actors, they're pretty good. That's probably the best part about it. They, yeah, but other than that, no, not great. Yeah, the last title here is gonna be The Office Season 9. This has been, you know, done. This show's been done for a while now, but I kept waiting for the price of this box set to come down. It finally did, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Right now I'm looking forward to rewatching the whole series, or maybe not the whole series, but the first, at least the first maybe 6 seasons, because it's been like almost 6 years since I saw season 1, and I really enjoyed that one, and the second and third and the fourth and the fifth, I think in particular those. So I'm gonna be watching them again for sure, pretty soon I think, or when I find time. But yeah, that's it for this video. I did go through quite a few titles, so yeah, I suppose I might continue with these videos. I don't know, haven't decided, but I did want to do one of them right now anyway. Well, I gotta go to the library, and then to the grocery store, then I gotta cook, then I gotta read a very frustrating book for school, and then I can watch a movie. Well, I'm gonna read before I'm gonna cook. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.